It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
Hello and welcome back to the One Bar and Lupica Show. We have news coming from the Minnesota Vikings. Not the news we really want to hear, but news that we are getting regardless. Anyway, before we jump in the news, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like our vids. We are slowly but surely working our way up that subscription chart on our way to one glorious 1,000. And when we do, there's going to be something real special for you guys to see. Maybe you won't want to see it, but it's going to happen anyway. All right, so Vikings, breaking news. The head trainer, Eric Sugarman, has tested positive for COVID-19. Here's the official statement from the Vikings. We learned over the weekend Minnesota Vikings head athletic trainer and vice president of sports medicine and the team's infection control officer, Eric Sugarman, along with members of his family, tested positive for COVID-19. Eric immediately shared his results with the organization and began to follow the previously established comprehensive protocol created by the NFL and national and local health experts. Eric and his family are currently in self-quarantine and providing daily updates on their well-being. We have followed the team's protocol for sanitizing the facility and for notifying any personnel who may have been in close contact with Eric. Those individuals have been tested and are returning under the established guidelines. Eric has not had recent contact with players, and no additional cases within the Vikings front office have been identified at this time. It goes on to say Eric will continue to fulfill his role as the team's ICO virtually as much as possible, and his athletic training staff and other Vikings personnel will assist where necessary. We wish Eric and his family a quick and full recovery and look forward to him returning to the Vikings when appropriate. The health and safety of every member of our organization, our fans, and the broader community is paramount. We encourage everyone to take this virus seriously and to practice the established precautions. So, a couple things here. Obviously, One Bar and Lupigus, we wish Eric Sugarman a speedy recovery. He's probably one of the more respected trainers in all of the NFL. Great guy. He's always very active with the team. You see him out there on the field. Does a hell of a job at what he does. A couple things that come out of this immediately. He did not have recent contact with any players, which is obviously a good sign. The rookies reported last week. Apparently, Sugarman wasn't at the facility at that time, so no contact with players, which is obviously a positive. And then, the individuals he had been in contact with apparently have not tested positive at this point. So at this point, at this time is the key phrase there. Who knows who that is? This could cause a lot of dominoes to fall. If Sugarman was around, if he was around Zimmer, around the other coaching staff, if we start losing coaches, you can't really have a training camp if 50% of your coaching staff is gone. In the facility itself, they said they sanitized it, cleaned it. Hopefully they did. It's just a bad sign for anybody wanting to see football this year. Hopefully this isn't spread. This isn't a Miami Marlins situation like with they had 14 players test positive for COVID after one case. You don't want to see a breakout, because if you do, and coaches start coming positive, there is a real good chance this whole thing gets shut down. Right now Major League Baseball's got a major decision to make. What do you do if one team can't play? You can't just have them try to make up games later. It kind of throws a fork in your whole entire season, unless you have some kind of a forfeit thing, which I don't think is going to happen. I can't see any way the NFLPA would allow that to go on. This is not what we want to hear when training camp is about to kick off. Have your head trainer test positive for COVID, but it is what it is, and let's just hope and pray that nobody else has contacted the virus within the Vikings organization, and wish obviously Eric Sugarman and his family a speedy recovery.